Hello, Year 6, and welcome to our second RE lesson on Islam. I hope you enjoyed last week's lesson, which was just a very brief introduction. And over the next few lessons, we will start to look into this more deeply. So I will share my screen with you. So the first thing we look at is the chronology of our lessons. So obviously last lesson we did that short introduction and talked about lots of parts of Islam. And then this lesson we are going to specifically looking at the very first pillar, which is the Shahada. Apologies if I haven't pronounced that correctly. And then next week we will look at the second pillar, and then we will move on, and then we will look at some other aspects of Islam as we move further into the topic. Okay then, so the LO today is to understand the importance of the Prophet Muhammad to Muslims. And as you can see, we do that PBUH after when we've written his name. Hopefully that means peace be upon him. Okay then, so the 5 pillars of Islam provide a structure for the Muslim's daily spiritual life. They're like strong pillars holding up the house of Islam, and Muslims are expected to act on their beliefs through their lifetime. Now, as I've said, over the next 5 weeks, we'll be looking at each pillar and what it represents. And today's is the Shahada. Now, this Shahada is the declaration of faith. It is you declaring your faith to Allah. Okay, it represents not only your acceptance of Allah, but of his Prophet, Muhammad as well, and the entirety of Islam. As one of the pillars, the Shahada must be recited correctly, aloud, with full understanding at least once in every Muslim's lifetime. So it's like reading a book, understanding what it means, learning it off by heart, and saying it as you fully understand it. Because sometimes we read things and we don't really understand what it means. So sometimes we have to read it again. And with the Shahada, you really have to read it, understand it, and recite it. Now, the Shahada is also recited in the call to prayer. And it is included in the daily prayer ritual, which is called the Salat, which is what we're going to look at next week. And it is also recited in the moments before death. And the Shahada says, I witness that there is no other God but Allah, and Muhammad is the Prophet of Allah. Now, I'm just going to play you a short piece of this call to prayer. The link will be on your worksheet as well, so that you can listen to it again should you choose to. Okay, now, as I've said, you can listen to that a little bit more if you want to. The link will be on your worksheet. And when you actually listen to it, you'll be able to see the video slide that actually tells you that they're saying that God is the greatest, that nobody should be worshipped other than God, and that Muhammad is the Prophet of Allah. And you'll be able to see where that goes if you want to look at that a little bit more. Okay then. Now, the fact that the very first pillar relates to Muhammad shows how important he is to Muslims. And I'm going to read you a quick short story now, and there will be some links for 2 other stories on your worksheet, so you can have a look and see about Muhammad. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So many years ago, there lived a wonderful, good, kind man called Muhammad. Muhammad was Allah's special messenger, and he wanted to teach people how to behave well and how to do what Allah wanted. One day, Muhammad was walking with some friends, and they were all hot and tired. And they came to a stream, so they decided to stop and cool themselves. The friends all rushed into the water, splashed about, threw water at each other. They ran through the water, and it became rather muddy, but it was still lovely and cool. Now, suddenly they noticed that Muhammad was not joining in. He had taken a small bowl from his bag, and he gently dipped the bowl into the stream to collect some water. Then he carefully washed his hands and his feet using the water in the bowl. His friends were puzzled. There's plenty of water in the stream. Why are you filling the bowl? They asked him. Muhammad explained, Allah has given this wonderful gift of water. There's plenty of water for everyone. But even so, you should not be wasting this gift. So have a think. What do you think that tells you about Muhammad and his character? I'll give you a few moments to think that. For me, I think that it shows you that Muhammad appreciates everything that Allah has provided for him, as other religions also are grateful for what their God has provided. I think that Muhammad, in washing his hands and feet from that one piece of water that's in the bowl, will then know that the other water is then clean for people to drink. It will also be there for other people to drink after he's gone. So he's very thoughtful, he's very considerate. So I have 2 other stories for you. One is the placing of the black stone, which has a lovely song in it. You know me and my songs. And it's got a very catchy tune, and it will get in your head, so I do apologise now. This will tell you about the placing of the black stone in Mecca, and the link for that will be on your worksheet. And then there is a second story, another video about the woman and the garbage. Garbage, for those of you who don't know, is rubbish. And there's a woman who throws her rubbish out the window every day as Muhammad walks by. And these 2 stories, along with the one I've just given you, will give you more of an insight into Muhammad and his personality and his character. So your job this week will be to tell me what the Kaaba is and where it is. And you will need to watch the Blackstone video to find that out. Then I want you to tell me why Muhammad is important. And then, as we've been doing summarising in our reading lessons, what I would like you to do is to summarise, give me the key points of one of the 3 stories. So it could be Muhammad at the stream, it could be the one about the placing of the black stone, and it could be the one about the woman and the garbage. It is up to you which one you choose. But summarising, giving me the key points. And then my extension questions for you are, why is Muhammad a good role model? Think about his character traits. We've done character traits in school. Think about what you know about his character. Maybe you could link it to some of our, our character muscles. Could you link it to that? And something that you may or may not know is that there are no pictures of Muhammad. It's deemed to be disrespectful to try and draw him. I can't tell you why, because that will answer the question for you. But have a go at answering those questions, and then next time I see you for RE, we will be back in school. I look forward to seeing what you have written, and have a good afternoon. Okay, bye bye, Year 6.